One thing I've come to realize is no matter how short you stayed in this thing called marriage, there is always one thing or the other to pick from your experience. You see, everyone's experience is unique and peculiar to them. So that's why I think sharing my 5 years experience with you will be of great benefit. Hi friends, welcome back on board. I just finished night duty. Obviously I look rough, but I've got to shoot this video now or I forfeit it. So I said I was going to share with you 5 lessons, 5 facts I've realized in my 5 years in marriage. I discovered 2 of those 5 facts were like repetition, so I scrapped them off. We'll be talking about 3 facts now. First fact I realized in my marriage is happiness in marriage is a decision you make before you decide who to marry. The decision to be happy in marriage is what actually guides who you say yes to. Yeah, let me just put it that way. You can be in a relationship with someone that is making you teary and sad every day, and you think you will eventually get married and become happy. It doesn't happen that way. If you want to live a happy marriage, you see, I've realized many people, everyone wants to have happy marriage, but the problem is people make that decision rather too late. You don't make it after wedding. You don't make it in marriage. You don't make that decision while you are in the marriage. You make it before, so that you decide if there is anyone you are in relationship with or you are considering, and you see this person is likely not going to give you that peace of mind that you so desire in marriage. Please check it now before it's too late. The second fact I realized in my marriage is spiritual growth equals better marriage. Actually, I wrote individual growth equals better marriage, but since it's my experience, I think for me it was not just individual growth in any aspect at all. It was specifically about my spiritual growth. I realized that the closer I went to God, the better my marriage. And the explanation is God created marriage, and if I want to do well in this institution, then I must go closer to Him and learn of Him and understand Him. The more I understand Him and why He created this whole thing and what He wants me to do, the better my marriage and the closer I am to my husband. So I can actually give you this tip that if you want the intimacy between you and your husband to go to the next level, go closer to God, especially if you are running a Christian marriage. Go closer to God. Imagine that I'm going closer to God and God is teaching me patience. My husband, on the other hand, is going closer to God and God is teaching him love. You understand? That way, we are both growing with God, but what God is teaching us will eventually bring us closer, and then we grow to be more intimate. So that is the secret to that. And the third point is drinking from the same cup makes you grow stronger together. What I mean by this is not only attending the same church. Of course, attending the same church helps you grow stronger together, but that is even not enough. You both should, live by the teaching of that church. Live by what, if you have both decided to attend the church, it is because you can be spiritually fed in that church. You can be spiritually satisfied in that church. So if that is happening, then you should stay by the teaching of that church. There's a way this helps you to click when it comes to values and your perspective about life. You see, one thing I've realized is there are people that started this married thing, sharing the same value, the same perspective about life, but 2, 3, 5, 8 years into marriage, you discover that they are so apart. Why? Because probably someone is taking in a teaching somewhere, and the other person is taking another kind of teaching entirely. Or one person is gathering value, the other person is stagnant. And that way, they begin to have different values, different perspectives, and conflict starts. So it is good, it is sweet if you both can go to the same church, share the same spiritual values. If you have issue with the teaching of your church, you both should discuss it. so that you guys can share same values. These things do not only affect your marriage, they actually affect the way you raise your kids. You can't be confusing your kids. Mommy is holding this value, daddy is holding another value. You see? So these are my 3 points. I hope that these 3 points of mine, with these 3 points of mine, I've been able to convince and not confuse you that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the notification button. Like, you know how much I love to see your comments. So please, let me see your comment. If you are married, share your experience. Let's pick 1 or 2 things from you. So thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. Bye. Have a lovely day.